guys, welcome everyone for this session. Right, I just wanted to have a small confirmation that is my audio video clear. Is my audio video clear? If it is clear, you can just write clear in the chat box. If my audio video is clear, just write clear in the chat box. Clear है तो बता दीजिए please, so that we can move ahead. Clear है कि नहीं है? Right, can't hear. Oh my god. Okay. Clear. Ayush is saying clear. Others, बाकी लोग please confirmation दे दीजिए chat box में. Waiting for your confirmations. The people those who are connected from YouTube live, आप भी confirmation दे दीजिए. आपके confirmation के लिए मैं रुका हुआ हूँ. Right. Once you give me thumbs up or confirmation, I'll move and start the session out. Right. Once you give me the confirmation, we'll start the session out. Okay. Okay. YouTube की जनता बता दीजिए please. कोई तो बता दीजिए. कोई तो बता दीजिए. Okay. Got it. Great. I think audio video is clear on YouTube as well. Okay. Anshuman ने कह दिया clear. Anshuman, thank you. तुम ही हो Anshuman. Okay, great. So great guys, welcome for this session. Right. Previous session we had on the foreign jobs. This session is more specifically for Dubai. Right. आप पीछे देख सकते हो मेरे. Sir ऐसा ही कुछ रहता होगा. I haven't visited Dubai, but I am planning to visit soon and meet Bhavesh bhai there in Dubai. Right. So welcome for this session. And before we start the session out, it's Bhavesh bhai has joined us at for this session to guide all of us, right? So it's our responsibility to welcome him, right? Request every one of you to please unmute yourself, turn on your videos, unmute yourself and turn on your videos. पहले वीडियो ऑन कर लीजिए, अनम्यूट कर लीजिए और जोरदार तालियों के साथ भावेश भाई का वेलकम करते हैं. दुबई तक की आवाज पहुंच जानी चाहिए आज. दुबई तक की आवाज पहुंचा दीजिए.
Thank you.
So great. Thanks, Bhavesh bhai, for joining in for this session. Yes. Okay. So before we start the session, Bhavesh bhai, I would like you to share your journey, share your story about how you were able to go to Dubai, right? आपने कैसे, how you were able to set all this journey out, and just a small brief about your journey, what currently role you're doing in Dubai.
Sure. So, when I qualified, there were not much jobs in India. And I remember there was one guy in my hostel who used to write on his door saying that I love India because I don't have my passport. So when I qualified, I had my passport. Genuinely, I had no intention to move out of India. So somebody approached me from Dubai and they told me saying that, do you want to work in Dubai? So I was like, no. That time Gulf was not one of the preferred destination. So, but then, they told me you will earn something like 100,000, where in India in 2004, 15,000 rupees was a great pay for chartered accountant. So like 6 times pay makes sense. Family needs money. Like we all came from humble background, I guess. So I immediately said yes. I remember my first interview happened on 500 rupees, that Reliance original phone, like, that 500 rupees phone, first time introduced by Reliance.
Right.
And happened to come to Dubai. Absolutely accidentally, but now Dubai has created enough credibility and a lot of hooks to people all over the world coming to Dubai for sure. So that was in 2004. There was no Google, there was no LinkedIn. So, when today people come and tell me that how to apply and all, I was like, oh my Lord, when we were there, we literally dropped the CVs. First at Princess Street in 1999 for articleship, and then in 2004 in Dubai Bank Street. So, it was really tough time maybe. And I'm not telling this story because I want to tom about myself. But when you have gone there and done that, now you feel everything is 3 clicks away, maybe few clicks away. So life is much better for sure. So that was in 2004. Between 2004 to 2007, 3 years, I worked with Isa Saleh Algark group, which was one of the renowned group that time. Also, I happened to work with Mr. Isa, who was a peace ambassador to UK and Ireland. Very, like, genuinely one of the gem of a person. Like, few people are remembered. Like, I'm from Porbandar, basically, if for everybody's knowledge, Gandhiji's birthplace. So where people remember noble people like Gandhiji. So Isa was one of the greatest person I ever met in my lifetime. A lot to learn from him. So that was 2007. 2007, there were family compulsions to come back to Mumbai. I worked with Angel Broking to start with, then 3 years with Baker Tilly in consultancy assignments. Um, and then, again, you start feeling India being India, there was a little bit cramp on infrastructure. And I came to Dubai. Dubai was always warm. Like, day I landed for the first time, I remember my heart felt like this is the place for me to be in. And today also, every time I come back from India, like India is nice place. Like Krishna Bhagwan ka tha na, Gokul or Dwarka ki jaisa. So when I go to India, I enjoy rain. I enjoy, staying there for a few days. But when I have to work, I want to work in Dubai kind of thing. Dubai
Acha,
gave a
great,
lot for sure. There's a big role in my success for sure.
great,
So
great.
currently I work as a finance director of the total office. So I have a finance director role. Then I manage my promoters portfolio. So I have a CIO role, and we have a startup. We raised one round of funding. We are up for another. So lot of heads in that startup. I have my equity also. So I'm one of the uh, which is so-called co-founder.
Angel investors, yeah.
Yeah, co-founders.
Great, 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 great. So in fact, I'll tell you, whenever I speak to Bhavesh bhai, I feel like, okay, Shivam, teko Dubai jana hai, right? This is the mindset which Bhavesh bhai is very positive, and he'll trust me. By the end of a session, everyone is gonna be enjoying the conversation out, right? You can also share the link with your friends. जो आने के हैं उनको भी भेजो, आ जाओ भाई, देख लो. Very important session. We'll keep the session more interactive. We'll keep the doubts at the end. राइट और जो कनेक्टेड है Zoom से यार रिक्वेस्ट यू टू कीप योर वीडियोस ऑन सो दैट वी कैन सी योर फेसेस राइट अगेन वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट कि आपको कुछ समझ रहा है नहीं समझ रहा है राइट सो बिफोर वी स्टार्ट ना जस्ट अ स्मॉल क्वेश्चन फॉर ऑडियंस दोज आर कनेक्टेड राइट जस्ट वांटेड टू अंडरस्टैंड फ्रॉम देयर माइंडसेट कि why they want to go Dubai or why they want to go into any foreign countries. We'll also get an idea for things, right? आपको क्यों जाना है? You can put your answers in the chat box. The why for the foreign jobs or why for Dubai. What is the one reason which has motivated you to join this session, or what is the one reason why you're watching this out? Just write why in the chat box. Okay. Someone is saying for exposure package, Bhavishwa, you can read the same, right? If you want
Yeah.
high money to save my income tax. Acha, chalo, that's great. Tax free country, vitamin M मिलेगा, lifestyle. Okay. People from YouTube यार आपको भी लिखना है और those who are struggling with the link आप Telegram group join कर लीजिए description में लगा हुआ है तेज भाई वहां पे आपको मिल जाएगा. Others can write down the reasons in the chat box. We'll be happy to read the same. Work-life balance. Okay. Got it. Preet is saying work-life balance. Naman is saying, okay, I'll earn in uh, another currency and spend in different currencies. Okay. To exposure to mindsets. Great. Okay. Package, I think Bhavish Bhai is one of the great reason out why people are saying that package अच्छा मिलता है, and income tax is something which I find it around. Right. So Bhavish Bhai, according to you, what can be a good reason for a fresher chartered accountants or a experienced chartered accountants to move to Dubai or start their career with Dubai?
Yeah, so when I speak to people, I also ask why you came to Dubai, and I'm not talking about people from India. I'm talking people from developed world. Say, for example, a lot of British people are here, and I thought UK is a dream destination for a lot of Indian. Why a person will leave UK and come? So I have one sales lady, Ekta, with us in my office. So every time I ask, she tells there are three main reasons why Brits come to Dubai. And first is obviously tax-free income. Second is Dubai has one of the best infrastructure in the world. I was talking to one investment banker in UK, and so we were supposed to have this call, which is UK morning time. So 12 o'clock. So I was like, "You home or office?" So he told, "I am home." So I told, "I reached my office. Obviously, I'm in office." And then we were discussing. He was like, "This is one of the worst time to travel in UK. You take 1 hour 30 minutes by car. If you go by metro and stuff, these are the challenges." I was like, I am 21. So he was 21 kilometers away, and he takes 90 minutes to reach his office. So I told I'm exactly 21 kilometer away, and I take 21 minutes anytime in a day. So Dubai roads are one of the best. Infrastructure is wow. You can drive at 120. So there are a lot of people who are fond of cars. Like I have two friends who are fond of cars, and every day they use new car, like literally Audi, Ferrari, Porsche. Dubai allows you to rent also car at the cheapest price. Petrol was cheap for a very long time. Unfortunately, now it is moving because not because petrol prices are going up across the world, because OECD is putting a lot of pressure because of carbon emission and stuff, and that's why they are increasing the prices. So infrastructure is really good. So that friend of mine who was investment banker was telling me, which reached my heart clearly, was Sheikh Saib do not only live Sheikh style, but he wants every UAE citizen to live Sheikh style. So I stay in a building where there are 3 swimming pools in my same floor. So you nowhere else in the world you are so spoiled for infrastructure, right?
Right.
Parks to theme parks to beaches to skis, everything they have made in Dubai. And I meet a lot of people from US and they say, we like I'm Gujarati, so if I have to go and play dandiya, they will say, yeah, we go 8 hours drive to
Hmm.
go and play. In Dubai, everything is 20 minutes technically. So if you want to go from one part of the city to another part, not more than 30, 35, 40 minutes. So everything is available in small place, in a very close by place. So that's a beauty. Infrastructure, so tax-free income. Third thing is proximity to India for Indians, I'll say. So, I have seen people going to Canada and then parents are not well, or they have a family wedding or something, they cannot go back. Dubai, Thursday evening, Friday evening, you can pack up after office, you can go attend Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, maybe come back. It's easy. There are 72 flights between Dubai and Mumbai, one of the most two connected cities in the world. So that's about Mumbai. Other places also, be it Ahmedabad or Delhi or Bangalore or Chennai, Hyderabad, everything is very well connected. Emirates, one of the biggest airlines, always are asking India for more seats because
Hmm.
Indians are a highest number of people in Dubai. So, say for example, their local population is 12 lakh and our population is 35 lakh and is growing at a pace which is unimaginable. They genuinely, I hear a lot of senior local people saying we owe a lot to people from south of India. Like Keralites were the first to come, and they really made this city from scratch when nobody wanted to enter the city. So I see this gratitude towards Indians here. Also, money is pouring at a pace which is unimaginable. You can understand 3 million barrels UAE exports, and $100 is somewhere like ballpark figure is $100. So 300 million comes in every day, and it is very difficult to manage. They don't have too many people who are qualified to manage finances. Indians fortunately have very good understanding. So I want to explain this point a little deeper. I had a sales lady with us. She was drawing upward of 7 lakh per month, and she came to me saying that, Bhavish, I need your magic on numbers. So I thought she might be requiring some complicated calculation. So she wanted 40 million, 5% of 40 million, which is like 2 million. Point blank, my daughter will tell it. A fifth
Hmm.
grade student will tell in India. So they need help for that. So a lot of people, if we think that we have number skills, and a lot of people come and ask me saying that मैं और क्या कर लूं, like what other course I need. I was like, you don't need anything. You need confidence, and you can come to Dubai, you will make money. There is nothing else required. Like Indian chartered accountant are very competent breed. You don't have to worry what else you need to do. Everything else will balance out. Once you come on the job, you will learn. Just to give you a brief, when I came from India, my boss had a typewriter in articleship days. We did not have computer in office. And my first job was to link at 25 years of projections for an oil company.
Okay.
And you can understand a person who is, literally, I used to do bank audits, so my reports were typed on typewriter and stuff, and it was nightmare in first 1 month. But I'm telling you, once you start doing a job, we are so competent. We study so many different subjects. We do it in time bound manner. One of the most difficult subjects in the world. So when you come, when you are sitting in the job, fortunately here there is no uh, time boundness. So say for example, if somebody will give you 6 hours, work will be such you can complete in 3 hours. So if you have to call a friend, if you have to ask somebody, you will still manage to complete the work. It's not you will be fired if you don't do in say 6 hours kind of thing. So lot of things are learned in life on the job only. If you want everything to be learned in classroom, might not happen. So yeah, these are the reasons: mainly proximity to India, infrastructure, obviously tax-free salary. And I will say one more thing, that don't look at the first difference in salary, because when you are in India, say for example, a fresher might be getting 100,000 and Dubai might be offering 200 to 300,000, which is 2x or 3x. But I have a friend who works with JP Morgan in India. And I called him and he was like, do you want to share your salary? So I shared very honestly. He was like, this is more than JP Morgan CEO salary in India. So the point is, when you go 10 years away, the incremental salary and tax saving, which is invested at say 15-20% in Indian stock markets, can give you tremendous wealth. If you know how to play it right, don't compare for first year. First year also ROI is solid. If you come to Dubai, your maximum cost will be between 50,000 to 1 lakh rupees. But when you, instead of 1 lakh salary, you get 2 lakh or 2.5 lakh or 3 lakh as a starting pay. So ROI is like payback is less than 15 days. ROI is more than 100% in a month. What else you want? So yeah, I think this is compelling proposition for anybody.
Right. Got it. So, Bhavishbhai, since you're focusing more on the salary side and this, so I want you to give a detailed brief about the packages in India versus packages in Dubai. Number one. Number two is that spendings which people are going to be doing in Dubai, मतलब खर्चा कितना होता है, how much they are going to be cost of living and all this. And number three, in terms of growth, just a detailed brief कि हाँ, कि how much you will get in dirhams, कितना spending होता है, कितना, what is the average package which is offered to the candidates out.
So initially a person comes, it is sheer luck where you land into. But the good part about Dubai is Google is here, Amazon is here, Microsoft is here. So when you enter these companies, they don't expect rank holders. They expect even if you have qualified a third, fourth attempt, and when they are searching for finance person, you are fitting their overall role, they will hire you. That's a good part. Like in India, when I at least qualified, I remember if you are not rank holder, nobody, like Big Four never wanted to hire. So today maybe scenario might be different, but what I'm telling is uh, because this is a country where talent is short in supply, and you are coming on visit visa, and when they have a requirement, if you are on visit visa, you can be the lucky one. That's point number one. Salary will depend. So mid-size firm will pay between say 6 to 8,000 dirham starting salaries.
Okay.
21.75 is the conversion as of today. So Big Four will pay between say 9 to 12,000 salary.
Okay.
And say for example, corporate will start from 12. And if you are really lucky, I really tell this to people that if you are really lucky, if you know how to pose yourself as slightly senior person, so articleship, nobody knows here you have done articleship. Is they are asking your experience, they are not asking pre-qualification, post-qualification. So you can write CA with 3 years of experience or 4 years of experience, and that will be counted as experience because you have done good work. Because other professions might not have articleship, right? An engineer coming to UAE might not have ACCA also has a, like now they have built some experience into their thing, but it is mostly post qualification. So pre qualification, not everybody has experience. So if you know how to put it nicely, people will take you at that 12-15 K kind of band in corporate, which is easy, which should not be difficult. So yeah, into 21. So typically between 2 lakh to 3 lakh is the fresher salary in Indian rupees. You will spend, if you are really living meager, and that's what happens when you multiply everything with 21.75 and spend. So when I came, say for example, you go to eat and you think, okay, full thali, no, I don't need, maybe one dosa and one vada pav, this is better. So like it depends on how you spend. But yeah, you will spend anywhere between 33 to 50% of your salary initially. As you grow, you don't spend so much, but your salary increases. Dubai easily gives 20% kind of increase annualized, because talent is short in supply. Once you know about the business, if you leave, there is in India, what happens, one of the biggest thing which I faced is once you reach 30-35, like you are in 30s and above, people want to hire two new child and not in 30s. Maybe once you reach 40, they want to definitely hire two freshers, and this guy is becoming rigid, because when somebody reaches their 40s, typically they become a little rigid. So in India, people don't respect that this guy has human tacklement, this guy has a knowledge of the business, and they will try to cut short by putting two people and allowing the person to go or stopping their growth. Here, people are afraid they will lose you. So they will do a decent increment. They will do they pay fairly also up to some extent. So all those things add up, and as you grow, your financial situation grows multiple x compared to when you start.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Great. So I think money wise, you have mentioned it out. So initially between 2 to 3 odd lakhs is gonna be somewhere the gross earning per month. Spending will be 33 to 50 odd percentage, depending on how you spend, how you leave. And in India, I think people are aware of what packages have been offered to them. Got it. Not a problem. Bhavish bhai, you also mentioned regarding a visa, right? And supposingly how to apply for visa. And you also spoke about one of the what that visa visit, something sort of you mentioned
Visit
around, right?
visa. So
Visit
yeah,
visa, yeah.
so
So
yeah, so up to now there were 30 days visa and there were 90 days visa.
okay.
2013, when I came in Dubai, I used to tell people 30 days visa is sufficient to get the job.
Hmm.
Because oil prices were at its peak for very long time. Like before 2013, oil prices were high for very long time. And when oil is high, Dubai is on cloud nine. So Dubai or Abu Dhabi or UAE as such has enough money, right?
Right.
Liquidity is flowing continuously. So that time 30 days was fantastic period. Now what happens, I generally try to play a little conservative. I tell people that it is better that if you take 90 days visa, because in 30 days technically there are Friday, Saturday, Sundays, so 8 days go away, and then you have 2-3 rounds of discussion. Say for example, somebody HR had an interview and management was not there. Management will come in second round of interview, and you want to negotiate a little hard. So
Hmm.
if you are exhausting your visa, you will not have that negotiating power. Typically, 45th day, still a qualified chartered should be fully employed.
Okay.
But I am telling 30 days. Why no? Because then, if there is one public holiday, one some other thing over and above the Saturdays, Sundays, then it will be too cramped, like too short a period to get the job. So 45 days, I think a qualified chartered will get at least one or two offers, which he can accept.
Okay. Okay.
And 90
So,
days visa is the best. Coming September, like September onwards, I think they are issuing 60 days visa also. There is some visa reform coming.
okay.
Typically you need only your passport and white background photo. Visa cost is around 5 6 7,000 Indian rupees, and 3 months visa will be around 15,000 rupees.
Acha, got it. So what you're saying is that the candidate should, if they are looking for a keen for a job, they can come for a visit visa to Dubai, right? And they
Yeah,
should initially take a 3 months visit visa, which will cost somewhere around 15 or $1,000 for the visa, right? And the
yeah,
flight tickets is somewhere around, if I also checked it
similar.
out, it cost 25,000 two ways.
Okay,
Right.
yeah.
So I think 30,000 ka is gonna be the visa cost and the flight ticket cost. Now the question comes is, Bhavesh bhai, ki, theek hai, I came to Dubai for searching a job, and I came on a visit visa, right? So where do I stay? How will I find a job? Whom to connect? How to reach? And all these questions are there.
So, if any of you have moved from a small place to a metro city, typically, there are these apartments where bachelors share kind of. So Dubai has a lot of those, like, but Dubai is the key place to stay. So there are a lot of people who stay in sharing accommodations.
Okay.
So, in a room, you can be one person if you are too conscious about your privacy. If you're not conscious, typically there's one flat which is 2 BHK or 3 BHK, and 4-5 people are staying. The best part about this staying together is, if you don't know anything about that city, there are friends who will share with you. Like, if you go and stay in place where nobody is sharing with you, it will be difficult because you are in a foreign land, in a like in a different country, and you don't have any friend. These people become your guide, uh, like literally everything. They will drive you to your interview. If you are going, they will say, okay, I'm going that side, I'll drop you, kind of thing. Or they will guide you about the company, saying that this company is good, bad. Especially, there are enough number of qualified chartered accountants who stay like that, and generally people end up staying with each other. Like, somebody will have a friend in Dubai. Somebody will say, okay, my friend is staying, why don't you stay with them? This bachelor's accommodation are cheaper, obviously, because everything gets shared. It's not only the rent which gets shared, but cook's salary gets shared, internet gets shared, all, like, deva electricity gets
Hmm.
shared. And if you stay in an individual apartment, all these things small will add up, and it becomes big. So I always recommend people to join these places. There are enough number of brokers. There is enough number of sites on Dubizzle or somewhere where you can find sharing accommodations in Dubai. Typical stay cost will be 1,000 to 1,500, like for a decent accommodation.
Got it. Got it. Got it. So, Bhavish bhai, can you also brief our audiences regarding it? ठीक है यार, the one way which you said is to go to Dubai and stay there and hunt for a job, right? So we'll come to how to hunt a job if they are going for a visit visa wala thing. But can you also highlight on the other ways, like instead of going to Dubai, it's very costly to invest 50,000 odd bucks, right? And visas and travel tickets and all the stuff. Instead of doing this, what are the other ways to find a job in Dubai?
So, I will say still there is an opportunity to find a job from India, but typically people who are hiring from India, like Nardosi is one CA firm they hire from India, but their mentality is this guy might be getting 100,000 in India, I'll offer 140,000. So instead of getting 2 lakh or 3 lakh, you will get literally 140,000. So doesn't make sense, because when you come to Dubai, you will spend 100,000 and your total salary is 140. Your all other friends are earning 300,000, so you feel bad about it, and then negativity starts creeping in. So I generally recommend people that you should come. If you are lucky, you will get from India, and you might get a fair pay also, but those are far and few cases. If you Because you don't want to affect your probability to get job faster, like way you people are approaching campus, or few people might be taking jobs before campus comes in. I'll say, we are very competent. We cannot shy away from trying this thing. It's very simple formula. Once you come here, within 45 days you will get the job. There are enough opportunities, and it should not be a problem to get the job. So spending 100,000 nowadays, I doubt anybody will not be able to take that bet on themselves.
Hmm, got it, got it, got it. They're saying कि India से भी you can also get a job through
You
multiple
definitely
platforms.
can get a job. Salary might be a bit discounted, and
अच्छा.
well, time might take, like, you might take a little longer, because there was a time when I came 2004, people used to refer people, and people used to hire people based on references. But the problem on employer side, which I have clearly seen, is when employer hires to reference, person sitting in India is very casual. नहीं, मेरी बुआ की लड़की की शादी है, and no, Abhi, I cannot come. And this guy has spent on visa. So he first of all, he is not recruiting anybody. Second, he has created visa for you, and then canceling that visa again becomes a challenge. And guy in India takes this guy for ride, which doesn't make sense for them. So most of the employer wants you to be in Dubai. They feel those are the serious candidates.
अच्छा, got it, got it, got it. Even if I apply from LinkedIn or multiple platforms, I might get a job, but it might be at a discounted rate, which you're saying. Second is that the confidence level is gonna be a bit less, right? Okay. So now, Bhavish bhai, since imagine that, ठीक है, you said कि you make some savings, you build some money, right? You're gonna be booking the flights, the visa, and stay is gonna be not gonna be a problem. You covered this out, right? Bachelor apartments and other things are there. Right now, the question comes is how to find a job again. दुबई आ
Okay.
गया, ठीक है.
So
हाँ.
before coming, what preparation you need to do anywhere in the world you go? Typically, LinkedIn is fantastic tool. So you connect at least some 1,000 to 2,000 people on LinkedIn, not at one go. You will every day add between 25 to 50 people in Dubai who are CAs or who are working in finance. So when I came, I was clear, only CEOs, finance directors, or managing directors. These are the people who are going to hire me in my
Right.
second stint. So I was clear, I'm adding only those people. And I literally wrote to few of them that, I'm planning to come to Dubai. What do you think and stuff? So I was trying to engage them in discussion. And when I engaged them, few of them told me you can expect this salary. Few of them told it's very subjective. Few of them told me when you come to Dubai, talk to me or approach me, call me, kind of thing. So I build up already, like, I remember I got my visa on 17th of August, and 12th of September was my travel date.
Okay.
So between 17th August and 12th of September, I connected to 927 people precisely. And I wrote to all of them when I came on Dubai. So I came on Thursday night. Friday, Saturday was holiday. Sunday was that time working day. So now Dubai shifted from Friday, Saturday to Saturday, Sunday, right?
Okay.
So I wrote to everybody saying that, I'm looking for a job and this is my profile and stuff. I got 11 interviews on day 4.
Oh my God, that's great.
And literally, I had to schedule saying that you are in Jabal Ali industrial zone. Maybe you will pay less. Maybe you will be little bit less professional. I keep you on Wednesday. And
Hmm.
say, for example, if somebody was like my dream job,
Hmm.
say US based multinational, so I'll tell, okay, Monday morning, 9 o'clock first thing.
Got it.
Mm.
Got it. Got it. Got it. So you're saying that कि पहले try to get some confirmation over a LinkedIn, right?
So
Connect with the people out.
even if you don't get confirmation, keep on connecting with people in your profession. Talk to
Okay.
them. They will guide you. Like, there is very easy way of connecting on LinkedIn. You can ask few open-ended question. What is the salary I can expect? People who respond are the people who are going to respond you later also, right?
Right.
So then I always tell this to people that, till I don't know you, your problem is your problem. My problem is my problem. When I get connected, your problem becomes my problem.
My
I would
problem.
try to help you, find you a way and stuff.
Right. 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 So got it. So building a connections before approaching them and nurturing those connections out is one of the way before you go for
Best
the
way
visas
to,
and
yeah.
invest your all the money into Dubai and stuff. Second thing you mentioned is that you're supposed to get a at least 3 months visa out so that you can find a job, and you said within 45 days the people will be easily able to at least find two to three good
Yeah,
job
one or
offers in
two
the end.
offers. Yeah, depending on how choosy you are. I generally tell people to be little bit flexible. See, when people come to Dubai, finance person will get person's job. When you go to Australia, I've seen a lot of friends who used to tell we used to work in bakery shop or this or that. In Dubai, it's easy. Once you are a qualified chartered, you will get a good finance job. uh,
Acha.
it, then you should not be very precise. I want only investment banking. I respect you want investment banking. Take what is there. After 12 months, you will get investment banking. You understand there's a DIFC setup. Like in GIFT in India, there's a DIFC where there are more than 1,000 entities. UBS is there, Credit Suisse is there, Julius Baer is there, JP Morgan is there, Bank of Singapore is there. But apart from that, there are, um, they say CAT 3C licenses, which are more of a people who source transactions for them. So there are a lot of those people, but till you understand the ecosystem, till you start understanding how investment banking works, take a job in bank, take a job in corporate finance, take a job in maybe finance manager's role, and eventually you will end up, if you are that sure what you want to do, you will end up being an investment banker.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. And Bhavesh bhai, what is the scene of Dubai bringing in the taxation structure? I heard it's going to be opening up a new avenues for the chartered accountants for a jobs, right?
Yeah,
So any
so
highlights on that?
sure, sure. So, one thing is Dubai was tax virgin almost up to 2018. Like, tax word scares any CFO.
Hmm.
So CFOs are the people who, there was an adventurous promoter who was good on sales side, and they created very big businesses.
Okay.
CFO was the person who was helping him to first keep their books of accounts, then slowly talking to bank, getting some lines of credit. Say trade finance is big in Dubai, just for your info. So trade finance is LCs, bank guarantees, because there's a lot of cross-border trades even within Dubai. There are contractors whom you can't trust, so you have to tell them, if you give me LC, then only I can work with you and all those things. So that's one part. So these CFOs are the people who have 25, 30 years not heard the word tax.
Hmm.
They might be Indian chartered accountants, they might be MBAs, they might be science graduates. Like I met one of the risk head of a big bank, and we were casually discussing. So I told, what is your qualification? He was like BACIT from Bangalore. So I was like, how come risk, man? I'm more qualified than you to be a risk head. Then he was telling me that I came when you were, in school. So I was like,
Hmm.
fair. It was like, I learned it hard way. So now it is my chance to be this. So I'm
Hmm.
like, sure. So there are people who literally came through their experience without education. So all those people are afraid of tax, and tax is coming. So Dubai has a lot of offshore and onshore thing. Dubai was previously having 51% with local and 49% with outsider, and then there used to be side agreements, and so a lot of free zones are available. So because tax is coming between free zone and mainland, also there is a transfer pricing issue coming. So say, for
Oh,
example, if I'm re-exporting 5,000 Maruti cars, buying from India and selling to Africa, previously I used to keep in free zone. But if I want 500 out of them, pricing and all those things, so how profit parking has to happen and all those things. So first thing is VAT came to Dubai in 2018. We are just 4 years. So, when initially VAT came, first year, government wanted to go soft on everybody. So they allowed everybody to implement it. Second year, like come 2020, COVID came, government wanted to be nice and easy with the corporate. So now the tax audits have started for VAT. They have
अच्छा.
created excise for heritable drinks, say, and tobacco and stuff. So excise is 50% kind of like, a high tax. So they are doing excise audits now, they are doing VAT audits, and they are wanting to launch corporate tax. So, the problem is FTA, which was supposed to be um, say in the initial month maybe 200 300 people, now there are 1,000 plus people. We do office furniture, so we have a tender for FTA's furniture. So they are putting some 700 or 800 people's office further. So all these are opportunities for chartered accountant, right? If you like, if you are approaching it right way, you will definitely join FTA. Jobs here are easy even with federal tax authority. So those are one opportunity. Second thing, all the CA firms are scaring the corporates in the name of impact analysis. You need to restructure your transaction, you need to do this and that, like, and because OECD has also, like, UAE was put in gray list, so a lot of compliance is increased. Like previously, everybody knows Dubai was a center for a lot of money moving from different parts of the world. Food, few, like, so some money will be good, some money will be bad. So anti-money laundering came recently. Then um, this taxes came to Dubai not because Dubai needed money through taxes. Taxes came to Dubai because OECD felt that few of the corporates like Amazon and all, they are like staying in one part of the world. They are selling in some part, they are booking profit in some part. So Dubai being zero tax territory, they wanted every zero tax territory to come to minimum acceptable level of tax. That's why tax came. uh, so, transfer pricing, one of the reason transfer pricing becomes so important is that so corporates are doing impact analysis. They are hiring few people, like big groups have to hire few people in taxation. Then CA firms are hiring because they are doing this part of job as a tax implementation, like, process implementation, ERP implementation for tax. So they are hiring, and so on. So I am, if my rough guess is anywhere between 5 to 10,000 jobs are only coming for qualified people for the emergence of tax in only UAE. Other
अच्छा.
part, other issue is Saudi is 5x of the UAE in terms of their economy, right? They are talking about $1 trillion sci-fi city, if you know. So they are spending a lot more, and people don't want to go to Saudi. Like, there are a lot of people who want to stay in Dubai. So a lot of consultancy firms are hiring, and they are sending people to Oman or Saudi or Qatar or Bahrain. Bahrain is one of the most liberal after Dubai. So
Okay.
Bahrain tax people will be staying in Bahrain, but other people go on assignment and come back, kind of thing. So a lot of people might be required here, and CA firms are hiring because of that.
अच्छा, अच्छा. Got it. So approximately 5 to 10,000 fresher chartered accountants or experienced chartered accountant demands is
Experience,
gonna
yeah,
be
chartered accountant and tax field are required for sure.
great. So that is gonna be opening up avenues for all of them जो बैठे हैं सेशन में स्माइल दे सकते हैं चेहरे पे थोड़ी सी राइट कभी कभी खुश हो जाओ यार राइट तो that is also be gonna be opening up avenues for you guys right so that is something very great which you mentioned about Bhavesh, you also explained how to apply. Now moving to the work culture part of Dubai, right? How is the work culture of Dubai in terms of pressure, work-life balance, timings, and all this?
So, when we came in 2004, Dubai was attracting corporates. So,
Hmm.
there were little bit labor laws was skewed towards corporate, and um, uh, like employees were little bit compromised. So you can be banned and stuff at that time. Where slowly what I saw, and especially last 5 years, especially Expo was coming last year, 2020, right? So they started liberating these rules to an extent now that Dubai is maybe much better than India by far. Like, in terms of work-life balance, I'll tell you, we don't work more than 180, 183 days versus 240 plus days in India. So there are 30 days paid leave to come to India. Like, 30 days paid leave for holidays. There is
Okay.
15 days sick leave. There is 15 days their national holidays. Then Ramadan full is half day.
Okay.
Saturday, Sundays are holidays. Somebody wrote about women safety. And I have at least 20 to 25 female friends who came from Rajasthan or small places in Gujarat. And I literally tell, like, when initially their parents call, or sometimes they will ask, how safe is Dubai? So Dubai is one of the most safest place in world, and entire city CCTV camera monitored. You will never find a place where somebody can do anything. Like, forget about teasing or something, you teasing kind of thing. If somebody is looking and woman complains, the police will be on woman's side. It's that safe. So I remember, like, our families, women can go out at 2 o'clock in night and come back if there is requirement. There is no, like, nothing as such which can create any safety issues. So Dubai is one of the safest place. On other thing, like, work-life balance is much better. Also, there is little bit dependent on your employer. So if you are, European boss, typically they leave at 5 o'clock. They will never call you after 5 o'clock. uh,
अच्छा.
Americans, maybe if they have hard pressing need, maybe they will call. But say, for example, Arabs also are easy most of the times. UAE locals, definitely one of the most professional people, very educated, very sophisticated.
Hmm.
If you see nearby Arab states, maybe slight of challenge. Indian, Pakistani, slightly bit more, because they are habituated to that desi style of you know controlling the employees and stuff. But overall, the I'll say culture has moved far. Like, now they are talking about Sharjah works 4.5 days.
Okay.
uh, Dubai works 5 days. Abu Dhabi works 5 days. People don't call you if you are not feeling well. So you can literally say, I'm not feeling well and I want to switch off. So
Right.
even if you are feeling well and you want to switch off, you can literally say, I'm not working today. I would not like to see my mails. And it works pretty much easy. So work-life balance is there. People don't over pressurize you for working or something. It's a nice place.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Great. Great. I think you correctly mentioned this out. Bhavish bhai, supposingly if I go to Dubai, right, and I don't like culture, or I'm missing India, or I'm missing the culture of India, right? So what are the exit opportunities? Number one, and number two, are there roles which are gonna be relevant for as a chartered accountant? Because many of them say, यार वहाँ पे taxation नहीं है, तो यार taxation तो मैं सब भूल जाऊंगा if I come back to India, right? So what are the
Yeah.
exit opportunities?
So, first of all, whatever I have seen, people only go back because of family compulsion. And I have helped almost 250 people to move from India to here, and none of them has gone back, at least.
अच्छा.
So people who used to tell me, I come, like, there were girls who used to tell, I want to earn for 3 years and then I'll go back. They never went back. In fact, now if they want to marry, they will say, I want a guy who is working in Dubai, who is a qualified chartered. Why? Because chartered have that reputation throughout UAE. Like, I was once with ex consulate general of India, Vipul Sri. So we were sitting because there was Gandhi Jayanti, like consulate arranged something, and we, being a part of institute, always supports consulate. So he was telling that I am IIT, and elsewhere in the world, if I go to UK, US or UK or maybe Canada, Indian talent means IIT. And coming here, I feel you people have stolen the show from us. So if you don't know, India's biggest chapter outside India for chartered accountant is Dubai. There are at least 3,500 members, and there might be 3,500 people who don't care to register with the chapter also. So maybe, like, there is a sizable amount of people who are very comfortable with Dubai. Coming to your point again, so yes, if you have to compulsorily go, I came to Dubai in 2004 to 2007. When 2007 I went back, I took compliance job, like, in stock markets. So what I'm telling is, it's not very difficult to adjust with India. It's just, for me, traveling was more difficult than work-wise. Like, work-wise, it was almost same. you come with higher skills, because Dubai has lot of um, Dubai teaches you, there is a lot of cultural diversity. There is a lot of human tacklement which you learn outside India, which you might not learn in India exactly at same level. So you learn from a lot of people from different nationalities, different skills. So that's part one. Coming to taxation, we being a CA student, we read CA final entire Singhania for in 15 days technically.
Right.
So I don't think so. We should be worried. Will we be able to read it again or not? Because we have gone there, done it. If we have to do it, and generally when you go back for the job, nobody will tell you you have to remember entire Singhania on day one. You say I'm a chartered accountant, people will respect saying that okay, there are three corporates, this tax returns or corporate tax. Please handle these cases, and you say I'll manage it. Then you maybe read, you will learn, you will do it. So it should not be that big a problem. I remember I used to do Uttam Galwa's cell tax audit. I left India after qualifying. I came after so many years. When I went there, I understood C form is the issue. Okay, I'll do this. This is the issue. Like you've grown up enough that any problem is just a problem. You don't have to worry about whether I learn it. You will definitely learn it on the job.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Great, great, great. So now we'll open the forum for our audience, Bhavish bhai, for the doubts and stuff.
Okay.
Right. So those who have connected from a YouTube, right? जो भी doubts है, please put it over a live chat. We'll be happy to cover all the doubts. And the people, those who feel like कि नहीं यार भावेश भाई को सुन के ना मन तो बन गया है दुबई जाने का, तो right, you can just write me in the chat box. How many of you are interested to get into Dubai after listening to Bhavesh bhai's discussion out? Right, just wanted to see the account. किस को जाना है दुबई एक बार देखें जरा. Right, wanted to see the excitement in the chat box. Interested, me in the chat box. Wanted to see the count. Right, okay. जो YouTube से कनेक्टेड है, आपको अगर इंटरेस्ट है जाने में, तो हम भी देखें यार कौन है वो लोग जो जाना चाहते हैं. राइट, उनकी एक बार हम शक्ल भी देखना चाहें अगर वो वीडियोस ऑन कर दे. राइट, फॉरेन रिटर्न बनने से पहले हम उनसे मिलना चाहते हैं. राइट, तो इट वुड बी ग्रेट इफ यू कैन दे कैन आल्सो टर्न ऑन द वीडियोस. Okay, got it, got it, got it. Excited to go, sir. Excited to go. Okay, got it. Most of them are saying Mohit कह रहे हैं YouTube से sir हमें भी जाना है. Okay, okay, got it.
So, there is a joke in Dubai. They say, which is the best Indian city? Dubai, because they genuinely don't believe Dubai is outside India. Like a lot of people in Dubai, they say, because so many Indians, you will never find challenge about your food. There is a place in Karama, next to Dubai. There are 700 Indian restaurants. In India, I have not seen 700 Indian restaurants together in one city.
Got it, got it, got it. So, Bhavish bhai, a lot of questions which are there, right? Those who have a questions, request you to put it over a chat box. We'll be happy to cover the same. Bhavish bhai, a lot of people have this worry about कि यार Dubai आ गया, but will I be able to get a job? Or what are the companies which offer a job? Can you list down some of the name of the companies which? अच्छा, my voice is not audible. Others, मेरा voice आ रहा है क्या? I think. No, no, yes, no, 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 yes.
Hello.
Can you hear me out, sir?
Yeah, now I can. Yeah.
Acha, got it. So a lot of students have one common doubt कि Bhavish bhai, supposingly if I come to Dubai, right, I build all this expenditure, decided, applied, connected through LinkedIn and stuff. But how to start? Can you name some of the 2-3 major companies which hire, or some of the major firms which hire a lot of chartered accountants, or a lot of big giants, right, which have a highest number of vacancies? कुछ ऐसा बता दो कि एक आज रात को सोने से पहले I'll try to connect with these people out and will start my journey.
So yeah, so MR, one of the leading construction company, the company which made Burj Khalifa. Dubai is known for Burj Khalifa, right? So their CEO is a chartered accountant, not their CFO. And they have a floor of chartered accountant, almost 200 chartered accountants. Then Emirates Airlines is there. There are enough number of chartered accountants. Then First Abu Dhabi Bank, one of the biggest bank in Dubai. And so on. So like Lulu is there, Esther is there. These are Indian promoter started big groups in Dubai. Then Deva is there, Dubai Electricity Water Authorities. In Abu Dhabi Investment Authority. ADIA is one of the biggest sovereign wealth fund in world. Around $1.2 trillion worth of asset under management. They have sufficient money to take care of all the people in the UAE for 40 years. Like, even if they don't do anything, literally you sit and still they will afford everybody in this country. So ADIA is there, Mubadala is there. Mubadala is one of the group. So how it is done is the idea is something which invests outside UAE, and Mubadala is something if they need, say for example, lot of local people get diabetes. So Mubadala brings Imperial College of London Diabetic Center from UK to Dubai, or people here want to study New York University, so they will literally make another New York University in UAE, kind of. So they have strategic arms like Mubadala, IPIC, IHC, and so on in Abu Dhabi. ADNOC is one of the biggest oil company in Dubai, Abu Dhabi. Like entire cash flow stream in Abu Dhabi comes through ADNOC. There is Abu Dhabi Commercial Bank, there is Mashreq Bank, one of the biggest private bank, and so on. So there are a lot of organizations where you can definitely apply. Apart from that, there are a lot of CA firms. Apart from Big Four and Baker Tilly and Grant Thorntons, there is PKF, there is RSM, there is HLB Hempt, Christian Manon, and all these firms are hiring because they will require tax people who then will go to client and solve their queries and stuff. And tax is just coming. Corporate tax law is not out. Consultation paper has only come out. So it's fantastic time to come in this winter. I generally tell people that best time to come to Dubai is 15th October to 15th March. Not that August is bad time. It's just summer is little intense. If you're coming to job search, maybe if you're too delicate, you might fall ill or like heat stroke or something. But if you come 15th October, even if first 15 days you go and sit on the beach, you will not feel like going anywhere else in the world. It's that beautiful. Yeah.
Got it, got it, got it, got it. So those are trying to visit, you can visit somewhere around October second week or something sort of, or 15th October.
If you can wait, if you are hard pressed to start earning, you can come now. There is nothing stopping just for you.
Got it. Got it, got it. And I think the people have noted down the name of firms and the companies. Those who have missed out, आप पीछे जाइए YouTube पे rewind कर लीजिए. You'll be able to note down the names of the companies and the firms which are there. Got it. Bhavish bhai, one more important question which is related to the another countries also, right? Instead of Dubai, can you also talk about or give some hints that instead of Dubai, अगर Dubai में नहीं होता है, or what are the other countries also where a lot of chartered accountants are hired?
So, Bahrain is again very open economy.
Okay.
Oman for very long was the place where Indian chartered accountants used to go. Now they are little restrictive about finance roles. They want their local people to work. But Saudi is one of the most booming economy in the world. Today, the oil scenario is Saudi is world's largest oil producer, right? And one of the so-called stable country in Middle East compared to what is happening between Russia, Ukraine, and Europe. So Saudi is another country, especially if somebody is Muslim, they find it to be even more divine place for them to be there because religiously way they follow Islam and all that also helps. Apart from that, Qatar is there. Qatar is world's highest per capita income in the world. So around $68,000. So just to give this perspective, India's per capita income is $3,000. Gulf is anywhere between $60,000 and $60,000 plus. So you are already entering a 20x economy. On day one, somebody can give you a discount. So on day one, you might maybe get a $10,000 average, but you will eventually scale. As you grow, you will eventually scale to that $150,000 income because you are professional. Like compared to a carpenter or somebody who is a lower skilled, you are one of the highest skilled. So it's very easy to then scale faster and grow financially. So when you are moving from $3,000 to $60,000 economy, you can't be worse off, right? Financially, at least.
Got it. Got it. With the qualification of chartered accountant.
So yeah, Qatar is one of the place where entertainment value might be slightly lower than Dubai, but financially, definitely they pay even better than Dubai.
Great, 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 great. Got it. Bhavish, a lot of questions is also there. If someone thinks in this way, initially I'll start my career with India for 1 odd years, I'll do some savings, right? And during the holiday break, I'll move to Dubai for this job hunting and stuff. Do you recommend this as also one of the good way?
So, there is no right or wrong here. But what I want to say today, your opportunity cost might be lowest if you are fresher.
Achha, okay.
So once you start getting a job and, then you are afraid whether I leave this job, will I get another job? Today, you don't have that challenge. You are trying. So I suggest you, as soon as you qualify, you can try. If you want to work few years in India, then also you can move. The problem is when once you get married, once you have kids, then moving becomes more difficult because then you have
difficult.
to think about four people's cost of living. And once you are in Dubai early, you make a lot of money, and that money will come to your rescue when your family grows and stuff. But if you come at 35 and you have wife and kid, and now you are getting a discount compared to a person who is 10 years in Dubai, so your salary might be slightly low, or you might be cut shorting a little bit on lifestyle, at least for first 2 3 years, and that creates a problem. So earlier the better is the answer, but there is no right and wrong. You can come at any time, and I think there is enough opportunity to get adjusted at every level. Like I
Got it.
came first time when I was 21 and a half, and then I went back, like this, worked 3 years, went back 7 years, came back again. Both the time I felt it equally welcoming in terms of opportunity.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Great. The Bhavesh bhai, one more important and great question out regarding again the Dubai stuff. That are the Indian welcome there, and why would someone else from different country will get a job in Dubai? That is also a lot of people have a question. कि यार मैं तो इंडिया का हूँ, preference
So
तो दुबई के बंदे को ही दिया जाएगा,
So,
right?
so
तो
Dubai people don't work so much. To be very honest, there are only 12 lakh people.
okay,
Economy is growing. Sheikh Mohammed's vision is much beyond. Like, both in Abu Dhabi and Dubai, Sheikhs are very progressive. So, they want to create a very big size of economy. And that's why foreign talent is most welcome. That's point number one.
mm,
Second thing, Indian Chartered Accountants has created such a level of branding that, few of the businesses, they will just say, I want a chartered accountant. Even if he doesn't speak English, I'll hire a chartered accountant. Even if
अच्छा,
that guy do not dress up well, I'll hire a chartered accountant. Kind of like like I met a guy uh, who is German by like his nationality. So he told, I never showed a books anybody other than an Indian chartered accountant in my entire life, and that guy might be 60, almost 60. So
अच्छा,
there is that kind of branding which is there with Indian chartered accountants. So that's why Indian chartered accountants will always. So our predecessors did tremendous amount of. They created tremendous amount of goodwill in terms
mm,
of creating value for this economy, and that's why there is credit to us. If you any of you can go to YouTube and see Dubai like Dubai chapters videos are also posted. If you see local people speaking, there are enough number of sessions where they will say that we owe a lot to people of India, or Indian chartered accountants run this economy, and all those statements you will find. And these are ministers of UAE. These are not normal locals. They are like owners of big businesses, or they are maybe ministers out here. So yes, our seniors created enough goodwill for us to win the job in 45 days.
got it, got it, got it. Great. Bhavesh bhai, supposingly if I come to Dubai, to what roles are generally offered to a fresher CA?
So it depends. Audit firm, then you are statutory auditor. You can be tax auditor. You can be internal auditor. If you are going in, say, finance, say in a corporate, you will be business analyst or financial analyst. You can be accounting manager, MIS manager. You can be finance manager. Say if you are going into, say, investment banking, you will be equity research analyst, or maybe I'll not say fund manager, because not so much of fund is managed from Dubai. Typically, it is managed from Singapore and London. Yet, also, one of the important trend which is coming is lot of Dubai entities are getting listed. So, UAE never used to list. They were rich in capital. They had enough capital. Capital was so much that all this oil revenue, if they invest in UAE, they will have hyperinflation. So they used to strategically buy Citibank. They will strategically buy Infosys, stakes in Infosys and stuff. So now what is happening? Now the size is becoming bigger, and they want to create more in this part of the world, because when world is so fragile and there are a lot of challenges, they think this is what we can control easily, right? So a lot of capital market activity has took up like a space. So Deva has come up with IPO recently, Dubai Electricity and Water Authorities. TCOM is coming up with IPO. IHC, one of the Abu Dhabi big holding companies, is coming up with IPO. So a lot of these companies are coming up with IPO. And when IPO comes, compliance is related to IPO, right? comes. So there is a lot of work out there in finance, in compliances. Like in banks, generally there is credit manager, there's say again analyst, credit analyst positions. There are compliance, enterprise risk management, or there might be say normal treasury functions and so on. So there are a lot of functions which chartered accountant handles. Maybe list is very exhaustive. I might not be able to cover 20% of it.
Got it. Got it. मतलब काम तो बहुत है in all the variety and domains,
Yeah.
right? Which is there. Got it. And what is the scene of Big Fours in the Dubai, as in if I want to apply for Big Fours?
I think they are also hiring. Like, I have a friend who is a director in ENY, and when I speak to him, he will tell me that anywhere between 25 to 50 people they hired in last 6 months, and they are hiring under 25, 30 people in next 6 months.
अच्छा अच्छा मतलब hiring is all the way
All
around. You
on,
need to
yeah.
you only the thing is that you need to find out the right people and right guy, and you need to approach him.
Yeah.
Got it. Few of them are worried about if I'm not good at English, will I get a good opportunity in Dubai, or you need to be very good
So,
communicator.
so Dubai being a cultural pot for diversity, there are a lot of people from different parts of the world. And as much as we can be weak on English on day one, I generally tell people that, how much time it takes to tell about yourself 45 minutes in English. Like, generally, if you are not able to speak basic English, it is the issue. But if you can speak basic English and crack that interview afterwards, generally, like I came from Gujarat, absolutely Gujarati, so I used to do this. I used to take newspaper, stand in front of mirror and read it loud, and that's how I learned my English. So I don't think so it should be very big issue to learn English in 60 70 days, basic spoken English. So there are ways to learn English. If you are still having challenge, maybe you will get in mid-tier firms, tier 3 firm, but you will get the job. Job is not an issue. It's just how much you can grow. There might be cap to it. So if there's a British client, like I had a role where there was accounts payable role, and guy was supposed to negotiate with a lot of people in Europe and Canada. So I cannot have anybody who can't understand their English, because over call, if you don't understand, your confidence on negotiation goes to half. So I used to ensure that that place I need a good English speaking guy. Otherwise, as an accountant, I will hire a person who is even little less good at English.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Now moving to the pro tips for interviews, right? Since I was discussing with Bhavish bhai also. So Bhavish bhai, what are the pro tips for a resumes? I think Dubai especially requires a photo on your resume, right? That is
Yeah,
something which
people
is
like
there.
to see your face for
Acha,
sure. And
got it.
I genuinely believe that the photo has to look professional. So,
Hmm.
Dubai punches more than its weight
Okay.
in world arena because of its marketing skills. So
Hmm.
they expect a little bit of polishedness in terms of marketing you also in that region. So your photo has to look good, your visa status has to be clear, your passport number has to be there. Any foreign country will require these things, because people are in doubt whether you are in India or you are in Dubai. So at least you have to pronounce that I have a UAE local number, or I'm on a visit visa and my visa is expiring. If you want to be transparent, you can say my visa is expiring on 15th October. It's absolutely fine. People, if they are offering you, they will ensure that they give you
Hmm.
offer letter before that date, and ensure you are in comfortable. If you are transparent, other people might be even more positive and transparent about their situation. So that's first part. Generally, I tell people that there has to be covering letter, and covering letter has to be on the body of the mail, not as attachment.
Okay.
Because when HR or a finance guy gets a CV, generally he has very less attention time, maybe 30 seconds to 1 minute to go through that. And generally people say CA plus 10 years of experience instead of a request for
Hmm.
support in job might do better, like tagline. So when you put your covering letter has to be something appealing where people feel like opening the attachment. I
Right.
generally tell people that when people open the attachment, they should feel like I should meet this guy once. And
Hmm.
when people meet you once, your energy has to be such, people should feel I want to give this guy opportunity. if way the Rajamouli movies are Bahubali or RRR, if you construct that story exactly in that same mode, saying that your covering letter makes sense, your CV makes sense, when you meet a person, your energy makes sense, and when you work for first 3 months, people should feel, I want to keep this guy throughout my life, he should be with me. So incrementally your story has to be such that people are invested in you at every moment, not only financially, maybe personally, maybe emotionally, which will help you in a long run.
Got it. Got it. Right. So since Bhavish bhai, more than I think 200 odd people are watching us, 100 people from YouTube, and a lot of people are connected from Zoom itself. Right. I hope people are enjoying the session. If you're enjoying, right, you can just write enjoying in a chat box. We'll be happy to cover the session for next 5 or 10 odd minutes. Right. I hope guys आपको मजा आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है. Right. लिख दीजिए भाविश भाई का भी मोटिवेशन डबल हो जाएगा. Right. He'll also be like कि ठीक है यार मजा आ गया. Right. राइट तो जिन जिन को मजा आ रहा है राइट लेट्स राइट एंजॉयिंग इन द चैट बॉक्स और जो यूट्यूब से कनेक्टेड है यार आप लोग लाइक नहीं कर रहे हैं वीडियो को लाइक भी कर दीजिए अपने दोस्तों के साथ भी शेयर कर दीजिए आई थिंक वी आर लर्निंग समथिंग न्यू राइट इनफैक्ट आई एम गेटिंग लॉट ऑफ न्यू इनसाइट्स फ्रॉम भावेश भाई कि हाँ यार ऐसा चीज भी होता है राइट तो दैट इज समथिंग व्हिच इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अस राइट now also you can put your doubts in the chat box. Hitesh is saying best session till now. क्या बात है हितेश भाई चलो great great. So अब बाकी लोग YouTube पे कोई doubts है तो put over the doubts in the chat box. We'll be happy to cover all the doubts out. If we apply for the jobs from India, in that case, we don't have a Dubai visit visa. हाँ भावेश भाई, a lot of people have a doubts कि passport नहीं है तो फिर apply करने मिलेगा कि नहीं?
No, so then you should not apply, to be very honest, because आपका पासपोर्ट आएगा तब तक उन लोगों ने दूसरे 2 जन को रखना है. Like, you should not stop somebody's business just because you don't have passport. I will suggest everybody, like, if I was at ICI any role, I will make compulsory for articles to have passports, because there are enough opportunity across the world, and once you are educated, if you don't so I say this, India has 9 crore passport versus 140 crore people, right? So we don't give everybody opportunity to go and try at international level, right? Where we speak about financial inclusion, I want to talk about international inclusion, saying that everybody is allowed to compete internationally. For that, we need at least passport. We are the country with 55% plus of service GDP, right? If everybody is not allowed to travel, how on the earth we will service world economy?
Right.
So yeah, people, you need to have your passport. Maybe get it at the earliest. I don't think so it is so much of a hassle now. TCS does fantastic in terms of issuing passport in 6 days to 10 days. If your documents are okay, it should not be so much of a problem.
Got it. तो भावेश भाई अभी तक के क्लैरिटी मेरे दिमाग में क्या है? I can just summarize the whole discussion out. Why Dubai is sorted? Who should apply is sorted. How to apply is sorted. Right. Next is that what is a procedure to apply, how to go, right? How to apply for visa, everything out. One important thing, visa के लिए कैसे apply करना, just a brief would also help.
So
second thing is that yes please.
Okay. So any visa agent in India does visit visa for Dubai. Typically, if you apply on a working day, which is Monday to Friday, if you give on one day, ideally it should come next day. Like, if your visa processing guy is telling 7 days, is because he do not know the process. But I have seen in Dubai, I put my parents' visa morning 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, they send me visa. So they technically take less than a day. So, it's automated process. Until unless you are in a banned list, your visa will be issued.
Got it. ठीक है. Now I also got the list of companies where I can apply. I also get a clarity कि कितना savings होगा, कितना earnings होगा. Right. One thing I also wanted to tell the audience out in LinkedIn, if you go to the job sections, right? Once you go to the job sections out, you can just write the chartered accountant fresher and you can change the country to Dubai, right? You'll be able to find a lot of companies which are there, which are hiring. At least you'll get an idea. Yeah, ये सब companies है, right? Which have posted some of the job vacancies in Dubai. So just wanted to tell our audience that ये भी एक तरीका हो सकता है to find out a job, right? And definitely you can find out a list of companies which Bhavish bhai shared, right? उसमें से you try to connect with the HR, right? You try to connect with the people which are there, right? So that they'll be able to understand us. Okay. Any other most important questions which you want to ask? जिसको कुछ पूछना है, anything which you want to ask? I am on visit visa in Dubai. I would be happy to allow all the fellow chartered accountants any help need regarding the accommodation and general guidelines. Great, great. Thank you. Right.
So
Someone is
if anybody is genuinely coming and they need to come and connect, like, we generally have a full mechanism in place where somebody can literally pick a person from airport, help them to find the accommodation, help them to find the job also, literally do a mock interview on how it will be. That's how I have, created entire chain. So
Hmm.
genuinely, if somebody is in that need, more than happy to support. It's just you need to be little patient. If I'm in a meeting, maybe I'll reply after 45 minutes, 1 hour, but generally I reply everybody who comes to Dubai is finding a job or something.
Right. So Bhavish Bhai is always there to help you out, right? If you're finding for this jobs and if you're genuinely looking for a job and ready to relocate to Dubai, Bhavish Bhai is someone with whom you can connect with over a LinkedIn. Bhavish Bhai, if you allow me, I can share your LinkedIn link
Sure,
with the audience.
sure,
Right.
sure.
So you can connect with him over a LinkedIn link. I've shared in the chat box. Right.
One more
So,
thing I
hmm,
like to discuss, there is one way where, you can reach the market very fast. And
okay.
we have done this, like, when we came, first person had say 2000 people on LinkedIn, somebody else had 3000, and, we literally merged everything and then created a mass mailing list. And,
Hmm,
as much as mass mailing is a irritation to person who receives the mail, somebody
right.
who is coming for 30 days, for it's a boom. So generally, if you mail everybody, there are people who will tell I have a job. There are people who will tell who gave you my email ID. You have to ignore them. But I'm telling you, if there are people who want to hire somebody, they will definitely ask what is your salary expectation, or send me this, or let's speak at this time, and they will offer you the job. Or typically, if you are for 30 to 45 days, mass mailing helps. And you are taking LinkedIn Connect, so you are not, you can say we are connected on LinkedIn, and so on. LinkedIn has a place to take a dump of your email IDs, so you have designation, name, email ID, everything there. So if it is your connect, you can definitely approach them, right?
Right. Got it. Got it. Right. It feels like session चलने दो आज खत्म नहीं करेंगे सर. Great. I think any more doubts which are there, or otherwise we will go to the pro tip from Bhavesh bhai. If I want to apply from India and then go there, Bhavesh bhai, any take on the same? I think we discussed
Sure.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, we discussed that. It's up to you. Yeah, this Zoheb guy wrote saying that 7,000 is salary offered. See, Zoheb, there is no right and wrong. If you are not confident about, say, overall your English, or your knowledge skill, then you can take 7,000 dirham job. The best part about starting with audit firms is you will get very detailed understanding of entire industry. You will see
Hmm.
different shareholding patterns, you will see different structures, you will see different tax. And after 1 or 2 years, it's just Dubai is not the place where you can complete your career in audit firm. Typically after 2 3 years you have to move, because there is no statutory audit requirement. People don't respect auditors. Auditors are not paid very highly, so you move out to corporates basically after 2 3 4 years. Like, I have not seen too many people doing phenomenally well just by being part of audit profession.
Okay. Okay. Got it. ठीक है. And अच्छा, he's worried about the savings, right? And all those things out. But ठीक है, I think he'll be able to get something good, right? तो भाविश भाई, any preference given to CFA or ACCA there in Dubai, or CAs is fine enough?
CFAs, yes. DIFC based jobs, which are investment banking, yes, CFAs will get preference.
Okay.
But barring that, no. Like, in corporate finance or in finance, treasury, Indian CAs will do much better than CFAs. If
Got
you
it.
have, say, UBS is hiring a equity research analyst or a fund manager, they will hire CFA for sure.
Hmm.
But if MR is hiring a treasury guy, they will hire a CA.
Got it. Great. So great.
Industries, if you wanted to touch upon industries, I'll tell. See,
Hmm,
oil and gas is definitely there in Abu Dhabi.
hmm,
Real estate is biggest industry in Dubai. Like today, Dubai lives on real estate. You will not believe, but last 8 9 months, total sales will be 100 billion plus in dirham for real estate in India, in Dubai. Only Dubai, forget Abu Dhabi and other Emirates. So real estate is again a very big industry here. Tourism is again an industry, and banking is one of the big industry. Because of this, each interest rate hike, there is between $300 million profit increase for each bank. So each of the big banks. So there is a lot of hiring in banking also nowadays. So these are the industries you should apply: banking, oil and gas, real estate. Uh, Obviously, audit is there because of taxation coming into play.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Great. So, Bhavish bhai, before we wind up, right? Any pro tip for our students or audience, right? कि कुछ ऐसा बता दो कि यार दुबई में अब जॉब लग जाए. अभी I think by the time everyone is feeling like इतनी देर तक सब बैठे हैं listening for almost 1.5 odd hours, right? They feel like कि okay यार please अब कुछ करवा दो, दुबई में जाना ही है, right? I think you're getting the
So
same feeling.
if anybody is in doubt, please come. First of all, you will never regret your decision. Second thing is, when you come, generally try to stay with qualified people, and mass mailing is the option. You typically get, when you mass mail 1,000 people, you get typically 20 interviews, and you need only 5 interviews to get 2 offer letters and take one. Don't wait too much to get the ideal job. Take first one, gather some money, because then you are earning in dirham. After that, 1.5, 2 years, you will definitely get a better chance. So this is a short way of working.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Great. I think just to summarize the entire discussion out, right? So why Middle East is something because of tax saving. You'll have a good lifestyle. You'll get a good peer group, and the growth is tremendous in terms of money and stuff. We also discussed regarding the visa policy for 1 month and 3 months. Preferably, if you're going for 3 months, it's gonna be great. We also discuss about the cost and savings which are going to be there. Approximately 33% is going to be the cost which you might be incurring. How to apply multiple platforms, multiple ways which are there, right? Either through LinkedIn, but best way or higher chances of getting a job, because someone from another country is hiring you. To trust comes only when you are going to be showing interest to visit that country. That is something which Bhavish bhai highlighted on. Work culture is great. 5 days a week is there, and exit opportunities is definitely there, since a lot of taxation structures and a lot of new opportunities are opening up into this countries out, right? And definitely it's a tax-free country, so people would love to move, and by the time you go there might be chances that taxation might come, right? So great. I think we try to cover almost all the questions out. If any of the questions which are left, right, so sorry, right, you can put it over the comment section on a YouTube live. After the YouTube live is over, you will put it out. We'll try to collate all the questions and we'll share to Bhavish bhai, and we'll try to get it resolved. Right? तो एक बार सभी से रिक्वेस्ट है यार, जो कनेक्टेड है, जो YouTube से कनेक्टेड है, वर्चुअल क्लैप्स आपको देना है, और जो Zoom से कनेक्टेड है, रिक्वेस्ट ऑल ऑफ यू टू प्लीज टर्न ऑन द वीडियोस. पहले वीडियोस ऑन कर लीजिए, आज वीडियो ऑन कर लीजिए भाविश भाई के लिए, राइट? एंड राउंड ऑफ अपलॉज फॉर हिम फॉर गिविंग अ वैल्यूएबल एडवाइस. जोरदार तालियां उनके घर तक, अनम्यूट करके जोरदार तालियां उनके घर तक आज आवाज पहुंचा दीजिए. Great. Thanks, Bhavesh bhai, for this wonderful session. I think everyone is feeling like, yeah, it's really nice spending the 1.5 odd hours with you to get a clarity, just to understand this out, because काफी ज़्यादा market में a lot of FOMO was there, a lot of worry was there, right? People never speak about this, right? And people generally बोलते हैं कि हाँ चल 8 लाख 9 लाख खत्म, इंडिया में यही चल रहा है, right? And people are only sticking to their mind. People are not talking about the global opportunities which are there. Right. So Bhavish bhai, really thank you for bringing the wonderful insight for our audience. A lot of students are there, and future में I think ये video is like a bang on, है ना? इस वीडियो पे 1 लाख 2 लाख व्यू आने वाले हैं, मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है अंदर से, राइट? व्हिच इज देयर, राइट? तो जो कनेक्टेड है आप लाइक कर दीजिए यार, आप टारगेट अचीव कर लेंगे 1 लाख वीडियो का, और भाविश भाई को ऐसा गिफ्ट देंगे कि यार देखो, योर एडवाइस इज रीचिंग ग्लोबली. यस,
बढ़िया. Thank you, Shivam, for putting it up. Thanks, guys, for spending time.
Right. So great, Bhavish bhai. We'll have a more upcoming session with you, and definitely if I visit Dubai, I'll be ensuring that I meet you the first person there.
Sure. Be my guest.
Right. Definitely. Chalo, great guys. Thanks once again for joining in. Right. And thanks Bhavish bhai for joining in. If you have any queries left out, put it over a comment section on YouTube live. We'll be happy to YouTube chat comment section. We'll be happy to cover the same. Great. Okay, guys. Bye bye. Thank you. Thanks Bhavish
Bye.
bhai
See ya.
once again. Yeah.